All right. What's up, everyone? This is Isaac with Hunger Smash Fitness. We are here today with my esteemed co-host, John, over at My Block Strongest Man, and, of course, the fantastic Tim Buck, who put on a stellar appearance at OSG. And I was looking up, you've also done some other shows as well. Looks like you really enjoy overhead press, so we'll definitely have to talk a little bit about that.
Tim's actually already competed this year at Brutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I missed that show.
Yeah, it was an awesome show, man. I did it a few weeks ago. And
Nice.
Yep, Bruce Strongest Man.
There you go. How'd that go? How'd you place?
Awesome.
Don't sell yourself short, Tim. You won that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. They put on awesome shows. Like that's why I love doing their shows. I'll always do them as long as I can.
Nice.
They put on great shows and they have awesome trophies. Like I won a sword.
Nice.
Those are the shows that I like. There was a contest I helped out with a little bit ago, and they made these steel like maces basically for everybody. And then they cut out like a little rock and everything, so it had a little stand that you could set it in. And I was like, see, those are actual prizes. Like those are the ones that I want to get. Like a medal's cool, but like, yeah, I want a sword or a mace.
Yeah,
or something.
medals are cool, but it's not a sword.
Yeah, exactly. Strongmen do it for like the really cool awards. Okay, that's what we're going for.
Absolutely.
Well, before we go too far into this, I do want to mention that we have a Discord that we have started. So if you're interested in talking strongman, anyone who's watching this right now, come on over and check out the Discord. The link is in the description down below. So like upcoming YouTube videos, we'll mention that there. But if you want to brag about some PRs or motivation, or if you want help with lifting, we have all that. Gonna try and get some more stuff. So like as contests go out, we'll put up results, things like that. If you're into powerlifting, it's a very small Discord right now. As you can see, there's only 6 members, I guess, or 7, including me. So it's not very big. Oh, there we go. Where did it go? There we go. So it's not a huge Discord at this moment, but if you're interested, please check it out and come on over and say hi. I guess we'd love to chit chat with you guys. So now that that's out of the way, I guess what you're mostly known for currently is OSG, correct? I don't think you haven't done any bigger shows yet.
No, Nationals was like my first big show.
Okay.
And then OSG was a month later. And that was really the show I was looking forward to all year.
Yeah, I can understand that. What was your, I guess, because I really want to hear about OSG. That's mainly my interest, I guess. But like, what was your favorite and your least favorite event at OSG?
My favorite is the log, even though it's probably the most disappointing. And in training, I was hitting 6 reps, and I only got 3 at OSG. It's so different. Like when you get different equipment, and I probably nerves. It was my first event, so nerves were hitting. But overall, I could have done so much better. I wish I would have just calmed down a little bit and and did what I could do. But that was definitely my favorite event. The log is definitely my favorite event. I'd say my least favorite event was probably the Deadlift Ladder. My deadlift's not bad, but I tore my hands at Nationals a month before. I tore both of my calluses off both hands. So I had to strap up on every single bar. And it really slowed me down, and it kind of shot me down at a point, but it was all right.
Were you using the figure 8 straps, or do you use the regular?
I was going back and forth. I was pretty fast with the figure 8s, and I love figure 8 straps because you really can't go wrong unless they just break on you. So figure 8s is what I used. I was thinking about using some like quick release straps, thinking about that might be a little faster, but I really wasn't as fast strapping in that way. So I figured my goal, since I knew I wasn't going to beat anybody with time, I was just trying to make it to the farthest I could. I ended up making it to, I think it was like the 800 or 815 bar, and I gave it a good shot, but it just wasn't there that day. So
that's still really good. So you prefer the figure 8s over the regular straps, or do you go back and forth?
Figure 8s. all the time for me. If I'm gonna use a strap, I use figure eights because for me, it's just I don't have to worry about my grip slipping. Grip probably is my weakness in strongman, which sucks. But with figure eight straps, I don't need to worry about it.
So, and I saw on your Instagram that the heaviest log you've done is a 410.
Yeah.
Wow.
410. My heaviest in comp is at nationals. It was 395. But at home in my gym, I've hit 400 and 410 a few times. But in comp, like in a competition, my heaviest is 395.
How did you first encounter the log? What's your first ever experience attempting a log?
I used to work on base, and that's actually where I found Strongman. I worked on base. They had a few implements to play with, and on my breaks, we were allowed to work out for an hour. So I just would go and do different things. I saw farmer handles in a log, which was really weird. They only had a 8-inch log. So my first time touching a log was an 8-inch log. So my clean sucked, but pressing was so easy. But that was the first time I'd ever done it. Was at work on break, and I just loaded it up to like 265. And I was like, okay, it's like a barbell. I can just put it up. And then when I did it, I was like, that was pretty fun. So I went and I watched a little YouTube, because YouTube's everything now. And I realized 265 wasn't too bad for my first time. So, so I was like, all right, I like this a little more. So I found out that there was a better log at another base downtown or across town. So I went over there and I got on base and I went and used the 12-inch log. And the clean was so much easier, but then I realized the press was all different. I was all messed up after that. So a few times I was able to get it, but that was really my first introduction to strongman, was just working on base.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Which branch?
The Marines.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not in the Marines, but I worked for a gym on base as like a personal trainer.
Oh, awesome. That's cool. I don't think I've ever encountered anybody like that, sort of from the outside providing a service in the military. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I did that for a year or so. I work for a high school now. I'm working on getting my teaching license.
Nice. So how did you, I'm really interested in this. Like, how did you hook up with the military and get that job?
The military offers so many jobs to civilians, just working on base. A lot of jobs, like you work at a gas station or just serving the Marines. But I was just lucky enough to get a job on base where I got to be a personal trainer. I had my certificates. I had everything I needed, and they needed people. So I got up with base and interviewed, got that job. Pretty much just like you would in town. It's just you have to go through a lot more paperwork.
Got it. Interesting. That's really cool. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. The military is really, really big where I'm at right now. In Jacksonville, it's Camp Lejeune, I think, is one of the biggest bases in America. So the military around here is everything. So a lot of people work on base.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're close to, because one of my buddies is stationed with the Navy down in Jacksonville right now.
Yeah,
and
it's all right there, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should keep your eye out for him because he's a 6'5" giant ginger dude. He's hard to miss. So
that's it.
He's built like a linebacker kind of.
Yeah.
But I wanted to message him and be like, oh, you need to find Tim and start lifting with him a little bit and get some pointers.
I got a gym I built. He could come over here and work out with me.
Yeah, there you go. I'll definitely let him know. I'll send him your way.
Yeah.
But so do you still do personal training, or do you do online training or group training or just one-on-one or
I've really done a lot of personal training, like working with people who just want to lose weight. My goal is to get into strength training. I want to do more online training with people. I know I personally have a coach now and I love it. I love him basically taking all the thinking out for me. I just have to work out. And that's kind of what I want to do for people too. I just want to be able to help people get and achieve things that I've done or even more. So
now, if I remember right, your coach is Jacob Finnerty?
Yep.
That's a hell of a coach. That is a hell of a coach, let me tell you.
Yeah, no, I contacted him after OSG. I had been watching him for a while. He's amazing what he does. So I watched him for a while, and then I saw Nadia, which she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I just saw what he was doing, and I was like, well, if he's going to take on clients, he'd be the perfect one to learn from. I mean, we have similar styles. We're both pretty statically strong, so I figured we kind of would work well together, and he would be able to mold me to what he is.
Yeah, he's been on the show, and if you missed it, he had a lot of good things to say about you.
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty cool. It was I was watching the interview, and my wife, she started freaking out. She's like, "Did they say your name?" I was like, "Yeah, that's my coach."
Tim Buck's a big deal, man. If only because you're Costin's friend. You're a big deal.
Yeah, Austin's awesome, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he is awesome. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine having a world record holder for a coach. That must be amazing.
Yeah, well, hopefully one day I'll give him a run for it.
He said that too. You must have seen him say that too. He's like, basically, I'm training guys to compete against me.
That's gonna be wild. Like, if he's coaching me and we're both in OSG, it'll be. I have a lot of respect for him because I remember when I was there, I couldn't think about anything except for what I had to do next. So for him to take on athletes that are all competing there, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
Speaking of OSG, for folks that don't know, you're competing pretty soon at South Carolina's Strongest Man and Woman, where I'm going to be doing color commentary, and Costin is the state rep actually running that. And I don't know if you heard, but not in your weight class, but Lynn Morehouse is competing. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in Masters.
Okay, I've seen him compete before. I think he competed in Wilmington last year at a show here in town locally.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's strong. It's fun to watch guys like that who throw on those huge shows go out there and actually compete too.
Yeah, because I first heard about him as like a what would you call him, a promoter, an organizer, and then like I saw his Instagram and I saw him lifting, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's really strong.
I didn't know it either. The first time I ever met him, I went up to he actually threw a show right there in his garage. It was for the Static Monsters, and I would have used to watch because I knew a bunch of guys that were competing. And I didn't really know who he was then because I was really still like really fresh to the sport. And so I met him and I was sitting there hanging out with him, and his wife was making burgers and cookies for everyone. That was awesome. But that's really the first time I met him, and I didn't really know who he was.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to meet him. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
What are you looking forward to the most there?
I've done a circus dumbbell one time in an actual event, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I know one thing I'm not looking forward to is those Denny stones at all. I'm not even training for them. I'm just gonna grip it and rip it. I'm just gonna do the best I can.
So to all those laymen out there like me who have never competed that just think it's just a hold, what's a big deal? How do you answer that?
It is probably the worst. Like, if you go 12 seconds, it feels like the worst minute or two of your life. It's terrible just sitting there holding something, and you just feel like you're going forever. But when you drop it, it was like you went 12 seconds.
Yeah, I guess when you're doing a moving event, you're actually like accomplishing something. Whereas even with front holds, you're just standing there.
Yeah, even front hold. I'm not a big fan of just holding. Even as watching it, it's not really as fun for me to watch. But I mean, moving events are fun to watch because there's so much going on. And obviously, static lifts, they're just fun because there's always so much weight.
Yeah.
Is it with the Denny stones with the really thin handles, or do they have thicker handles for this one?
So they're just I don't know how the thickness of them. I just know that it's a circular handle, so it's already going to make it harder to hold on to. And I know it's going to hurt.
Yeah, because I know I tried it one time, and the handles that they had, it was like, I don't know, it was a little steel tubing, and it was like maybe a ½ inch across or something. Mm-hmm. So it's really, really thin compared to a regular barbell. And so as soon as you pick it up, it just digs into your hand. And like, yeah, I know some people have said that, it feels like a knife blade cutting into your fingers. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. It just cuts into your hand. And
yeah, it's just nothing to look forward to.
It's very unpleasant. Yeah. I've never done the actual Denny stones, but I'd love to give that a shot someday. But
I think that's the only thing I would ever look forward to with Denny stones is maybe actually trying to go grab them and walk across a bridge.
There you go. Give Lawrence a run for his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do the bridge, right, at some point?
I think he is. I mean, I heard he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he broke the unassisted record already recently, and I think he's planning on trying to do the bridge.
Oh, he can definitely do it. His grip is amazing.
Yeah, it's like when he tried it, it's as if he never left it. You know, it's like riding a bike, I guess, for some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I think when Laws did it, it was kind of an accident. Like he it didn't look planned at all. It looked like he just walked up and was kind of like, I'll give it a shot. And
Yeah,
I
he was doing
broke
it
the record.
Yeah, he was just doing it just because it was the Denny Stones.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think he only did that second attempt because they were all egging him on so much.
Right.
Yeah, unbelievable. Wow. So coming up at South Carolina's, Tim, who are you most looking forward to competing against? Either because there's just a rivalry there, or because you somebody you haven't seen in a while that you're looking forward to seeing?
Well, when I signed up, there was a few names that I was looking forward to competing against. I know Josh Colon. I've competed against him a few times. I've gotten him once. He's gotten me once, so that would have been a good one. But I think he had to pull out. He has a lot of stuff going on with school and work. There's a few guys that were just I know their names from competing against them that I think a few of them had to pull out, and I'm not really sure.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Charlie Jackson had to pull out. He and I have been talking because I saw him first compete at Central Georgia's last year, so I was really wanted to watch him.
Right, and I think Will Bullard.
Yep,
he's going to be there, and I know he's a big presser, and I know he's always coming for me. He's trying to outpress me, so I gotta hold my own against him.
Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to find all these guys and girls' Instagram so I can put them into my Block's Strongest algorithm and do some predictions.
Yeah, I'll tag you. I'll tag his name for you.
Nice. Yeah, I see him on the list. I see Clint Moneymaker's on the list. He's famous for the stuff he fabricates. That's be really pretty cool to see him too.
Yeah, he's the one who's making these Denny Stones that I'm not.
Is he really? Wow.
Yeah. I think he's made probably hundreds of them by now, but I think he's made every single one for the competition.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he does great work. I mean, very good stuff.
Do you know, is he gonna sell the equipment after the meet, or what does he do with it afterwards?
He sells. He has his own business. So everything he makes, he sells everything. Everything's for sale. I don't know. What he's done for the competition stuff, he might have already sold it to Costin, for him to throw it. But it wouldn't be a bad idea if there was a few things that were left over after the show. Yeah. Like, hey, I'll buy this from you. I'm always looking for more stuff, man. Anything I get my hands on, I usually buy. I have 4 different logs just because I like the log.
Yeah, I know at the gym I used to train at, they had a couple different circus dumbbells that were all from previous nationals competitions. And so one of them was from, however many years back. And then I think there were 2 others and they were from the same year. So that was kind of cool just because you're like, oh, these are the actual ones that they used at nationals. So it just, obviously when I was playing with it, I wasn't playing with it at nearly the weight that they had at nationals, but it was still cool just to be like, hey, these guys also pushed this in competition.
Yeah. So this year, I know they were selling the wheelbarrows, and then they started breaking on us at nationals, and I thought it would be a huge discount, but I think they only knocked off like $100.
Wow. Tim, did you catch Mammoth Strength Challenge this year at all, the live stream?
Not this year. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the same guys, Garage Gym Life Media, who shout out to Garage Gym Life Media, who's doing the live stream for South Carolina, as they did Mammoth as well.
Yeah.
And you mentioned wheelbarrows. The wheelbarrows there were pretty interesting because they used them for 2 different events. So they built an apparatus on the other end of it for the Viking press, and then you just go around the other side and use it as a wheelbarrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much stuff you can do with those. You get a good welder, he can make you anything.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So you also mentioned circus dumbbell before. I was looking at the rules right now, and it says athletes may push press, or push jerk the dumbbell. I've never seen somebody push jerk a circus dumbbell. Is that a thing?
I would imagine that's very hard. I can see people doing it, but it's already hard enough to stabilize. I couldn't imagine doing a jerk.
Yeah, like I've seen push jerks with a barbell, like Isaac with Gabby Willits, because she does Olympic lifting. I've seen her do push jerks with a barbell, but not with a
Right.
circus in one hand.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know like Rob Kearney does it with the log sometimes and stuff like that too. Like some
His is
people.
a split jerk though, right? A push jerk is kind of splayed out to the sides, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think Rob Kearney does
Well,
split.
Yeah, he does a split jerk. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was gonna say either way, I feel like yeah, I agree. Like with a barbell, I think it'd be pretty easy because the weight is evenly distributed.
Yeah.
But when it's single arm loaded, I mean, you'd have to be directly over your center of gravity somehow. And I don't know. I just feel like it could go south really easily.
Yeah, that's a torn shoulder waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Well, hey, then let's thank Costin for giving us 3 different options on the list. Yeah, I found that interesting. Then we have a wagon wheel deadlift after that. What are you thinking there?
It'll be fun. I think we could use a suit, so that'll help. I just did it the other week, and it's heavy.
Oh, you tried it?
Yeah, I it was actually on program, so I didn't actually even have to go off my program to do it. But it wasn't. It's not bad. It's just such a weird starting point, like that 13 inches or whatever it is. You don't really get to generate the leg power, and that's usually like when I deadlift, the first 6 inches off the ground is the easiest for me because I generate so much leg power. So it's different, but hey, it's in a suit and it's touch and go, so shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing, I guess I'm looking through the details more because, I don't know, I care more about Costin shows than some of the other ones. But I notice it says only conventional stances allowed. Is that something you typically see in deadlift rules, like that you can't sumo?
Yeah, Strongman, you very rarely see sumo being allowed. But you also get to use straps, everything else. So with Strongman, it's pretty much get the bar from point A to point B, as long as you're doing a conventional stance.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a lot of debates about that. If you want to delve into some of the Reddit posts and everything, there's some people that get fairly heated about strongman not allowing sumo, and
yeah,
I don't know.
All about it. I don't like sumo, so I'm all about it. Don't allow it.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say they have like 70 different deadlift variations. Just your feet have to be in conventional. So that's the one thing that they care
about. Point
A
to point B. That's all that matters.
Yep. Do you have a favorite deadlift? Because you said you don't really care for the wagon wheels as much.
I think really just like traditional standard deadlift is my favorite. I did a silver dollar deadlift this summer, and that was kind of fun. I pulled, I think it was 905 on a silver dollar.
Wow.
And the winner ended up pulling like 955, and he was a middleweight guy. Made me look bad. But the silver dollar is fun just because you can pull so much weight. It's already so high. I think it's already at 18 inches. And then when you pull the bar, it's already bending past your knees. So all you got to do is get a good lean back, and you'll be all right.
Well, I liked it because the gym that I go to on the weekends now, they have a bunch of different strongman implements. And they have some silver dollar deadlift setup, whatever. And I love playing with it because if you do it right, you break the near side first, and then you can break the far side. So you can get, when you're doing 700-800 pounds in it, like you can get an extra like 4 or 5 inches of flex out of it. So I can be up, at my knees or above my knees before it even breaks off the ground, basically. And so then it's all just lockout, basically. So
drive your hips through.
Yeah. So it's fun. I like doing it, except I've noticed if you're not steady when you're doing it, it'll start to wobble, and that can whip you over pretty quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's really what happened with me is as soon as you get it up, you start shaking so much, it's going to pull you forward sooner or later. So I think it's a little more difficult, like with stabilization, but everything else is a little bit easier.
So do you have a favorite overhead press that you like to do? Because you have the national record for reps with the axle, right?
Right. Yeah, I did that at Brute. It was 240 pounds, one clean and press away. I think I did 18. Wow. I think the record was 16 at the time. Axle is not my favorite for sure. I I don't mind it when it was only 240 pounds, but like at nationals, it was 315, and I just couldn't get the clean. Just another one of those things where like I just felt like my grip was failing me. Every time I went to clean it, my hands would slip off. The log is definitely 100% my favorite. The circus dumbbell is becoming something I really enjoy doing. Other than that, overhead is overhead for me. If I can push press it, I'll be happy.
You prefer log because of the neutral grip?
I think so. Like the log for me has always just felt natural. And the neutral grip does help. I have bum shoulders from football. So anytime I go to overhead press, I usually get a little like tweak in my shoulder, and then it's all just downhill from there. So the neutral grip helps.
Yeah, like I was telling Isaac, I just got my first set of farmers for Christmas, and like I'm just a dude, right? Like I'm not a competitor, and so I've tried to deadlift before, and then when I first tried farmers, I'm like, I could pretty easily like lift more here than deadlifting. This is wonderful. I love neutral grip.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime that you get to like deadlift from the side handles, you're always going to do way more than in front. You're using more leg power that way. I mean, you're not having to use your back.
True.
Everything else. And it's so much technique when it's in front of you. So when it's behind, on the side handles, all you got to do is grip and rip it.
That's one of the things that I really want to do someday is a car deadlift. Just because it looks really cool, I guess. But also because of the side handles there. And I think it'd be fun to try.
I've seen it done. I've never got to do it myself. Now that you actually reminded me of that, my favorite event at OSG was the car walk. Like that was something I looked forward to, like so much. When Lynn posted it on his Instagram that he was doing a car and everything else, like me, like I've watched so much World's Strongest Man, like on YouTube. I watched all of them from I think it's like 77 on, and anytime they're walking with a car, that's so cool.
Did you get a chance? You get a chance to watch any of the other competitors? Gabby Dixon was crazy with the car walk at OSG.
Oh, I know. Like those girls were killing it. It was really fun because I was a heavyweight guy, so I got to watch everyone go.
Okay.
And, I didn't go to the very end, which actually that day sucked because like I didn't think we got out of there till like 11 at night. That event took a really long time. But I'll tell you the fastest person with the car, no doubt, was Marcus Crowder.
Okay.
He took that car and walked it like it was 500 pounds.
Wow.
Just ran. I think he got under 10 seconds.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I know some of the other people were saying that they hated the car walk. Well, most of them don't really like yoke walk or anything like that either, but they liked it for the photo opportunity. Like they liked the pictures from the event. So,
yeah. I'm actually surprised Marcus did so well because wasn't it the yoke was built into the car and it's a standard width, right? So like the bigger you are, the wider you are, the more uncomfortable I would imagine it is.
Yeah, it was a tight fit. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But he was awesome with it, man. It was definitely a tight fit though. A lot of the guys were trying to like wrap their arms all the way around the car. I mean, it was different. It was different than a regular yoke, but I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it so much because it was a car. If we just did a 1,000-pound yoke, it would have been all right, but it wouldn't have been as fun.
Yeah, and all those lanes going at once was pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was really fun to watch. It was like a Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. A lot of OSG was a lot of action, man. A lot to follow.
No, it was a lot of fun. Met some really cool dudes, and like it was so surreal. My first day when I got there, I was walking in, all the athletes are already like seated, have their spots. I'm just by myself with my family, and I ended up going and sitting down, and the next thing I know, I'm at a table with Jerry Pritchett, Zajunas, Dimitar was sitting right there. I was like,
wow.
This is really crazy. I'm at a table right now with like 3 legends.
Dimitar had an incredible show. I mean, some of the later events, not so much, but that overhead press was unbelievable.
Yeah, he made it look like a toy.
Yeah. They were I
think we knew. I think he did on his submissions for OSG. He did I think he did 400 for 3. So like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's nothing for him. I think he had like 335 or something.
Something like that.
And he was repping it out. I mean,
his biggest thing, 11, 12 reps or something.
Yeah, I mean, his biggest thing was cardio. Like once he's lost his breath, then he couldn't go anymore. But he's just so strong.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The log had a lot of standout performances. That was one. Inez Carrasquillo was another one. There were some incredible.
She was crazy to watch. She was awesome. I was actually in the stands when she was going, and I saw her do the log, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah,
like,
she was on the show as well, and we were talking about it. I don't remember what she said, Isaac. Did she say something like, "I'm kind of known for logs, so I had to put on a show"?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and like, yeah, I mean, you might as well shoot for 30 or 50 if you're, if you're like, just shoot high, and if you get there, awesome. If you don't, you still beat everybody else by 5 reps or whatever. So
yeah, she was impressive, man. Like I remember my family, they were like, "I think I'm gonna root for her the rest of the show." I was like, "Yeah, me too. That sounds like a good pick."
Yep, yeah, for sure. But yeah, what a great show. I mean, world championships for everybody except for open men who have a path to Giants Live. But
yeah, I mean that's pretty much a championship for us. We get to go to Giants Live if we get top 3. So
yeah. What are your thoughts on the 3 guys that made it? Like, do you have any feedback on Tyler, Spencer, or Pablo?
Yeah, I mean all 3 of them are absolutely deserving. I mean, I'm a North Carolina guy, and Marcus Crowder's a North Carolina guy, so I really think he should have made the top 3. He just had, one slip up really in my mind, which on
he just missed. He was 4, right?
He was 4th.
Yeah.
And he only missed it, I think, by 2 points, and he would have been on the top 3. But you can't take anything away from Tyler though, because Tyler is a beast. Like,
well, you can't take anything away from Tyler because he's here in New Jersey with me. So
I like New Jersey. I like Atlantic City, so I'm all about
right. There you go. Yeah, you got to come by and visit sometime. We'll treat you right.
Would love to. But yeah, no, Tyler and Spencer Remick, absolutely, and then Pablo, he came out of nowhere. I mean, at first I wasn't even really like, he wasn't on my radar. I was thinking it was going to be those 3 guys with Marcus Crowder, and then all of a sudden he won I think it was 3 or 4 events, and it was like this guy just took over.
Well, you should have talked to me first. He was on my radar. No disrespect to anybody else, but I said before it started he was going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at Middle East Strongest Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at, I'm trying to think if that was the one where he came in second to Evgeny Markov, or no, that was Wuss, I think.
Well, after the show, I definitely looked him up, and I was like, all right, I should have known about this guy because, I mean, he beat Alexei Novikov in the show.
Yeah, Pablo's really well-rounded.
Very well-rounded. I knew when I watched him on the log, I think he got first, he tied for first with 6 reps. I knew he was strong, and I knew he was very technically sound. Everything he did, it was perfect. So, but I definitely, the way the show was going, I didn't think he was going to win it. I thought Spencer was going to win it, and I thought Marcus might come in second or third, and then Tyler. But it was fun to watch, man. My goal this year was top 10. Being in Strongman now for 2 years, my goal was top 10, and then next year, podium spot. That's what I got to get.
Nice. Well, I mean, speaking of Spencer, you could say he did win it. It's just a rule on which event he didn't get enough points on, which makes him second. But he did tie for first, so technically did in a way win it.
Yeah, and then you really can't be mad. So top 3, you all get an invite. But it is kind of it sucks. It sucks that it came down to stones, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, mathematically speaking, he was there at number 1.
Yeah.
But
one, I mean, because Pablo dominated the last 3 events though. And I was just looking at it here. Because if you look at it, he did good on the log and good on the car walk, and then bombed the deadlift ladder, and then won the carry and drag and the sandbag toss and got second in the Atlas Stone. So I mean, he just, yeah.
It was the second day. The second day he was on it.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh,
that loading medley, I was a little more scared about it. I mean, I was just like, all right, I don't want to die out and not be able to finish. But watching some of those guys, they were so fast. Like me, I was trying to take my time a little bit so I could finish it. And I wish I would have pushed a little harder, but those guys were so fast, man. I was watching people run by me as I'm trying to drag sled. I'm like, oh crap. I'm gonna slow down.
That's
yeah.
fun. Yeah, is drag something that you train often?
Not really. Especially before I had this gym built. The only time I did any kind of moving events was outside. So the weather was kind of like, would kind of tell me if I could do it or not, because I just didn't want to go out in the rain and do it, which I could have a few times I did. But it's a lot nicer having my own building. Now I can actually train everything I want.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear that. Like Isaac knows, I like going and training out on trails in the forest, find some stones and logs and whatever. And then it was just freezing and snowing the other day, but I'm like, I haven't been in the forest in a while. I'm just gonna go do it, and picked up a log and threw it on my back and started running with it. So you gotta get it done sometimes.
I saw a couple of guys that were up north that made huge snowballs and did them like Atlas stones. Maybe you should have did something like
Oh, there you go. Nice.
that.
That's cool. I forgot who it was. Was it Tampa Atlas Stones or something? I want to give them a shout out, but I want to say the right name. They made an Atlas stone that looks like a beach ball and laid it next to the pool, and it was like a 135-pound beach ball or something.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I think that was Tampa that put that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was-
I'd love to get some of those too. That would be fun too, just because they're different than your normal Atlas stones.
Yeah.
Have you done stones very often before, or do you enjoy them?
Yeah, stones are all right. It's not something that I usually trained a lot. I need to start doing it more, which I am. But before OSG and nationals, I really didn't train stones very often. Only simply because I hate the setup. I hate having to set up the tacky and everything else, and then taking it off. But yeah, that's awesome. I wonder how heavy it is.
It says 115.
Okay.
It's only 14-inch though.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Until someone goes and like kicks it or something for some reason.
You break their toe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can always do stones without tacky as well. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not near as fun.
Not nearly as fun. I did just invest in a tacky towel for the first time, so that's pretty nice.
How do you like that? I've never actually used a tacky towel because the gym that I train at, since it's indoors and they try and keep it clean and everything, they don't like tacky on the stones unless you actually take them outside into the parking lot to use them. But then you don't have, the platforms to put it on and everything. So like, I thought about getting a tacky towel just to use that, but
It's not bad. It's definitely not like using tacky, but it's definitely it's something that if you're not training super heavy on stones, it's well worth it. I mean, if you're only going to go up to whatever is something that's a generally lighter stone for you, then it's amazing. It's easy cleanup. You're not going to get everything all tacky in your gym, and it's the way to go.
yeah, the heaviest stone they have right now is only 335, I think. And so when we play with that, we just kind of do it for reps. But he's bringing in some like 385 and 400 and 415 or something like that. And I was like, if I'm going to play with those, you need to let me use some tacky, because I don't think I like the 335 is kind of fun. You can goof off with it a little bit, but the heavy stones, especially 400 plus, I was like, nah, I'm going to need some tacky for those.
Yeah.
But
yep, it's definitely something that I realize I have to start doing more of. The only way to get better at stones is to do them. So got to do them.
Yep, for sure.
I like it. I just bought Brian's soft belt, the Evolution Athletics soft belt, because before that I would use my leather belt when doing stones, and every now and then the stone will pinch the skin between the metal bar, and so every time I came home I'd have this welt across my belly, and my wife would always look at me weird. So it's nice having the soft belt finally. I was like, oh, this is so much more comfortable. I can actually roll it up, and I don't have to worry about giving myself these weird bruises.
I really only ever use my soft belt. I have the same belt. I love it. The only time I really put on a hard belt is if I'm going very heavy on a lift. But the soft belt is perfect. It gives you everything you need.
By the way, shout out to Isaac at Hunger Smash Fitness. He did a video doing a really good review on that belt, so go check that out if you haven't yet. Make sure to like this stream while you're at it. Subscribe to Hunger Smash Fitness, and when we're all done here, go over and subscribe to me too, and watch all of my videos. There's like 440 of them or something. My blog, Strongest Man, and definitely check out Tim, your hometown strongman on IG, right?
Sir.
Yeah, John definitely puts out a lot more videos than I do. I am a full-time student, and then I also work part-time and everything else. So I don't put out nearly as many videos. Hopefully once school is done, I'll be more regular about that. But for the time being, John wins that prize.
Yeah, definitely jump in the comments and tell me what you like and what you don't like, so I don't have to try so hard to please all of you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, Isaac, Tim might enjoy this too. I've been working on my blog Strongest Algorithm. I got an idea from Laz because I saw he and Liz were doing career head-to-heads, like, how does he and Terry Holland stack up over a career and things like that. And I was thinking they must be using a combination of like a lot of manual work to research this all, plus their memories of being there and that. But the way I do things, I automate things. So I'm like, I have thousands of lines of data for many strong men and strong women. Why don't I make a way to automate it? So I don't know. Would you guys enjoy seeing what I came up with?
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
All right. So it's still not perfect. It's still a little bit of a work in progress, but you might like this. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. You tell me when you can see it. It'll say Adam Bishop and Graham Hicks on it.
Yep, got it now.
So basically, you type in 2 athletes, or you pick them from the drop down here, and then it'll tell you athlete 1 everything they've competed in that I've tracked. Athlete 2 everything they've competed in. Then it'll say match if anything in athlete 1's list appears anywhere in the career of athlete 2. It'll say they were both there. It matches. Then they'll say athlete 1 where they placed, athlete 2 where they placed, and then it'll do that for all of the matching ones. It'll say what their placings were. And then it'll give you an average. So basically, for all the data I have, and one of these isn't right, I have to fix it. But so far, Graham Hicks has a slight edge over Adam Bishop over their careers and things they've competed together against. So pretty cool, right?
Absolutely. You should send that to Laws.
So check this out. If you go, you can do Tim Buck, and you can do, I don't know, anybody you've competed against. Calvin, Sexton, let's say. And like, if you don't remember the names, there's drop down. So like, this is like the hundreds of people that I've tracked. They're all in here, right? And so if you look at Tim Buck head to head versus Calvin Sexton, Tim comes up ahead. So if they were to go against each other, is he competing at South Carolina's? He might be, right?
I'm not 100% sure. He
Yeah.
was at Brute.
He was at Brute, right? And it tells you right here he was at Brute, and it tells you right here that you were at Brute. Yeah. So basically, like, if you guys were to go head to head, you have the edge.
Yeah, well, that guy, let me tell you something. That guy is super strong, and as soon as he gets his form down on things, he's gonna be hard to compete against.
But then if you do this, and it readjusts, then Tyler has the edge.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Pretty cool tool, though, right?
Very cool.
I was gonna say you might upset quite a few people. Graham Hicks might come back and start messaging you again. And,
I thought I had him ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, depending on who you pair him up against.
Oh, yeah. I think I had him ahead. Let's see. The tough ones are World's Strongest Man, because in World's Strongest Man, you have the people that didn't make the finals. So then I have to go see what their total points were and make them like number 21, 22, 23. That's the hard part. Yeah, Graham's ahead of Adam. Graham, I hope you hear this. You're ahead. Yeah, we had a little thing. Like when I first started my algorithm, I missed something that he pointed out that I should change, which he was right, and I changed it. So just want to make sure everybody knows I'm being fair. Let's see. I got to put Isaac, I got to put your shows in here so I can compare to you to like Brian Shaw or something.
Yeah. Compare me. I don't know. I've only done very, very low level stuff. I haven't done anything big yet.
This is an interesting one. Look at this. They're close in some of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Although, how many years back is that going?
For them,
Is
I think I took everything that was on. Well, not for Brian. For JF, I went back further.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say, I know
for some
Brian has-
athletes, like Mark Felix, I think I have his whole career in here. For some athletes, I have their whole careers.
Well, you got to get busy and hurry up and put everyone else in there. All the
I'm trying, man. Well, let me tell you, because now I know you're wondering. I have how many men do I have in here? I have 443 men, and I have 310 women. Yeah.
You got to get a new hobby, bud.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
I know. Although, you could just sell this algorithm to Laws to help him out. See if he wants to go that route too.
Oh, are you giving me a shout out? For anybody who wants to get a hold of any spreadsheet I've ever made, algorithm or otherwise, I give it, offer it up on my YouTube membership, tier 2, for a super reasonable price. You'll be shocked how cheap it is for this amount of work. But if you're interested, it's there.
That's kind of what I was trying to lead into.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. So we do have a question for Tim. How does your diet look while you're getting ready for competition?
Well, I eat a lot of carbs. I mean, I love carbs. So usually the week of, I'm probably carb loading. It's just like an old thing that I did when I was an athlete. I'm gonna eat pasta. I'm gonna eat and it might not even be right. I'm gonna eat pastas. I'm gonna eat rice. I'm gonna eat everything I can, and then I try to eat the night before, but I'm usually nervous, and then in the morning I don't really eat very well. It's hard. It's hard to eat whenever you're nervous. But I eat a lot of carbs, a lot of protein. My diet really doesn't change too much, though. I pretty much eat carbs all the time.
So is it a lot of pizzas or
a lot of pasta? I love pasta.
Pasta.
Yeah.
Do you make it yourself, or do you like to buy it from somewhere in particular, or whatever's
usually
available?
It's my family. It's either my mom, my wife, somebody. They're all good cooks, so whoever makes the pasta that night.
Nice. Yeah. So for a strongman diet, do you feel like it's forced at all, or is it you've always been a big eater? How do you see it? Because some strongmen, the eating part is the hardest part.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. I've always been a big eater. I can eat a lot. I've always been a bigger person. I never really had to work hard to put on weight at all. It's really, really the opposite for me. I have a harder time taking off the weight.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I think I'm the other way. As soon as I stop trying to gain weight, I start dropping the pounds. So can be a problem.
Yeah, it's not always easy. Sorry, my phone was on. I had to charge it.
Oh, no problem.
But yeah.
What is that? Monkey bars above you?
I'm in my power rack right now because I got a charger. Right?
Oh, nice.
So I'm actually in my little power rack right now.
Oh, I was wondering if you swing across that thing.
No. I try to hold myself up on this thing. That's about it.
All right, nice.
I was gonna say, I don't know a lot of strongmen that do pull-ups necessarily. Lightweights, maybe middle weights a little bit. Super heavyweights, I don't know any of them that do pull-ups.
You should follow. There was some crazy Wesley Claiborne. He put up a video of himself doing 6 strict pull-ups.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
He's a big dude too.
He's 400 pounds. He's doing pull-ups.
Wow.
But yeah, him and Marcus Crowder again. He was doing them too. But I mean, he's a lighter super heavyweight. He's just strong as heck.
I'm looking for this now. I gotta find this.
Yeah, Wesley Claiborne.
Oh yeah, we all know Wesley Claiborne. I just haven't seen that post.
Yeah, David Everett says world's strongest pull-up bar. I feel like that's fairly accurate. When you got 400 pounds hanging from it, it better be pretty solid. It's not going to be one of those little doorway ones that you get at Walmart for $10, and it has a little extension thing that
I couldn't even imagine. It would just be falling quick.
No, I'm only 300, right about 300 pounds. And the last time I tried to use one of those, it ripped the trim off the doorway. So I was like, all right, I'm not trying those anymore. Like
my friend had one in middle school, and I think I broke it. So I stayed away.
You guys got to go to the park and use like the industrial thing. What are you doing on doorways? Come on.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the last time I tried to do it, so I haven't done it since.
Yeah. It's only sheetrock, for God's sake.
Yep.
So the other thing you mentioned, Tim, that was really interesting to me is you said you watched all the World's Strongest Men starting from the beginning. Do you have a favorite year or a favorite athlete?
Probably of the modern era, Brian Shaw and Martins are my favorite guys. But I loved watching Kaz. The way Kaz like would get crazy and
Me too.
His eyes get so crazy. Watching him do the sumo wrestler, that event, that's crazy. It's so much fun to watch. But yeah, I love watching Martins and Brian Shaw. Like I love how like methodical they are and everything. You know, that's the way I try to be. I try to like think out like what I need to do to win an event. But those guys are awesome.
Martins is unbelievable being out for that amount of time and what he went through and coming back and beating everybody at Rogue. That was just unbelievable.
I mean, I'm not going to say that I called that, but that dude, he puts in so much work, like mentally. He knew what he was doing. He was waiting to coming back, and he was going to be his best self, and he really was. Like he has like freaking veins coming out of his biceps. This guy, like what kind of strongman looks like that? And is that big?
Yeah, that's true. I'll freely say I did not call that. I called Pavlo at OSG, but I did not call Martins at Rogue because I'll just never call somebody coming back their first time back after an injury or whatnot. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you don't know. But I mean, like I watched, you know, if you see like all his YouTubes and everything else, like, he was just waiting. He was waiting until he was ready, which is so smart. I mean, that's what
true.
he does. So
yeah, he didn't rush it. It's true.
Yeah, and I agree, but like because I watched all of his prep stuff getting ready, but I was expecting him to get like 5th, you know. I was like, you know, he had a pretty stacked crowd that he was going against. And so I thought he was gonna finish like mid-pack, maybe upper mid-pack, but I was not expecting podium, much less dominating everybody else.
A lot of those guys had just competed at Britain's, I think, too. So it really kind of hurt. Like Tom and Luke, all those guys, you know, they came over there, I think, more for the fun of it. But and I think Brian got hurt or something.
He did. Yeah, he did. He didn't attempt the stones because he was hurt. He kind of walked up to them and then walked away.
Right. And that's just, you know, and then I think Alexi was there, but he just it wasn't his best events. He had a circus dumbbell, but other than that, it wasn't too much of his best events.
The circus dumbbell was a sight to behold, though. Let's say what it was. Like that was unbelievable.
Absolutely. I honestly thought when I was watching, I was like, all right, Martins will keep up with him, but he won't beat him, but he'll keep up. And then this is not even a chance.
that was one of the rare moments where you saw prep in Instagram and it manifested in the show, like all the way. Like he was doing crazy circus in prep, and like he did it in the show as well.
Yeah. No, that guy, man, that's his event, no matter what.
Yeah. That was unbelievable. Great show. There are a lot of great shows. What was your favorite show that you did not compete in last year? That's a question for you.
My favorite show I did not compete in, so just to watch.
To watch.
I loved watching America's Strongest Man. I thought that was pretty cool. I love that an amateur came in there and won, Josh Silva.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun to watch. America's Strongest Man. And I watch all the Giants live shows. So, I mean, they're all fun to watch. I wish they'd be a little different sometimes. Sometimes it's the same events. But Evan Singleton, he's always fun to watch. So anything Giants live or America's Strongest Man was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Josh Silvis is going to be at South Carolina. He's doing a seminar with Victoria Long. I'm sure you heard about that.
I've seen that. That's pretty cool. Really
Yeah,
cool.
it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great to meet him in person. I say to Isaac and I say to people I know, like, I don't scare easily, but I've also never met a 500-pound man in person. So like, I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to be brave.
Yeah, he seems like such like a cuddly bear, like cuddly dude, like a big old teddy bear. Like that's how we all are pretty much. But he seems like such a nice dude for that big. You wouldn't think that.
Yeah, he was on the show as well. He was super nice. But yeah, he said he was 490 when he was on the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. The heaviest I ever got was 385, and I tell you what, I couldn't walk without breathing a little heavy. So I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
Well, that's the thing is like he looks like one of those guys who'd be really, really good at, deadlifts and squat, and that's about it or something like that. Just statically, he looks phenomenal, but he can actually move really well too, especially for his size. And that's a gift.
Player. He was a football player first, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to help.
The thing is when you can lift up the 400-pound sandbag easier than everybody else, you can go like medium fast instead of super fast and still win.
Right.
I don't know. He was still pretty fast with everything though. Like he's got some speed.
Yeah. Speaking of Wes Claiborne though, his sandbag carry was unbelievable today. So.
Yeah. He's always good at those kind of things, like the sandbag and the stones. He's very unorthodox, but he's so good at stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite contest last year was the Magnus for Magnuson Classic because I just love the outdoor element stuff, kind of pick up what's around you kind of deal. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen a contest before that with natural stone overhead press. So, that's like my favorite thing to do. So it was great.
Yeah. No, it was very different to watch. That was fun. And then Maxime Boudreau is really fun to watch. He's such a humble guy. So
people were he's been on the show twice as well, and people were tricked, including myself, because he has the rep of like not being a good deadlifter, at least not at the elite level, right? Then he goes into that show and wins the show by winning the deadlift along the way, and it's like if the deadlift's like slightly lighter, he'll dominate it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It just goes to show you everybody has their day, right?
Yeah, for sure. But that was a fun show. It was interesting because they had the natural stone overhead press there, and then I think it was Ryan England maybe who went for the world record and missed it, and then soon thereafter Jacob hit the world record. So maybe he'll do that show next year. That'll be fun.
That would be cool. I think as a client, he should bring me along. I want to watch.
For sure, man. I'll lobby on your behalf.
I just need him to pay for the plane ticket.
Yeah. We'll get him to do it. But I don't know, Isaac. Anything else you got lined up question-wise? That's everything I had. We can wrap up if you're all set.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much about all I had. I guess maybe what other exciting competitions are you looking forward to this year for you to compete in? I guess what are your plans?
Yeah. So I got the South Carolinas next in a couple weeks, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. I have another small show to do in March. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that guy, he puts on really fun shows. Really, I'm already qualified for nationals. Now I'm just doing all the shows I signed up for because they're just fun to do. But my most exciting show is coming up. I'm going to go to California in May, and I'm going to compete at Ode Haugen's show.
Nice.
Yep. So it ended up working out. Like I think me and Jacob are going to work it out, and I think he's going to be able to let me stay with him and give me the opportunity to go over there and compete. And then that's actually going to be an Arnold qualifier. So I'm really hoping to get that. And then I think there's another show coming up in the summer around me in the East Coast. Again, I think it's in Raleigh. And I think that's also an Arnold qualifier. So if I slip up in Cali, at least I'll have a second chance.
Nice. You're going to have a busy year again like you did last year.
Yeah, well, that's something I usually get myself in trouble for. I try to compete all the time, and then I end up competing once a month, which is probably not smart.
Well, hey, I'll just leave you with this. If you had a good time here, maybe you and Jacob can have a little talk with Martins and see if he'll come on the show for an interview. Maybe put in a good word.
That would be very cool. I'm hoping. I know he knows Martins, so hopefully maybe I'll get to meet him. That would be
Yeah.
That would be a freaking really cool thing.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen for you.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
So just in closing, I guess one more comment from David. It says strong and not pretty. So,
Who? It can't be me because I'm not that strong.
yeah.
I know
Dave.
Man. I know Dave. That's definitely.
There you go. Awesome. So just in closing, any sponsors that you want to give a shout out to or anything along those lines, and then we can wrap it up here.
Yeah, right now I got one sponsor. He's actually a family friend. He owns a local business around here, working on base. Really great guy. His name's Lee. He pretty much made it happen for me to be able to get OSG, and a lot of other things too. I mean, he's done a lot for me. So right now it's my one sponsor, and we'll be working on getting more of those.
Nice. Is he on social media at all? Can we follow him?
I don't think so. I know he has a Facebook, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what his social media account is.
All right, cool.
Like I said, he's a good family friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds
Well,
great.
if he's interested in getting a shout out or something, let us know what his IG handle is or whatever, and I'll put it in the comments down below. But
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for jumping on, Tim. We really had a great time, and definitely got to do it again soon. And I can't wait to meet you in person, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, what was that?
Oh, I said appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, this is Isaac with Hunger Smash Fitness. As John said earlier, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel, and then head over to John's channel at My Block Strongest Man. Subscribe to him, follow him, and then make sure that you go to Instagram and follow Tim at Hometown Gym, right? Hometown Strongman. There you go.
Hometown Strongman.
Awesome. All righty. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and everyone have a fantastic week.
Ciao, homie.
All right.